Chapter 19. Damon breathed deep the incense Cleopatra burned. It smelled of Egypt. It smelled of home. He missed home. Cicero has a voice that would charm the snake. Cleopatra clapped her hands. Charmian appeared with wine. Damon plucked a fig from the platter of dried fruits. He told me to protect my ears. And well you should. Artemis refused the wine. I don't trust him. Then you are wiser than Caesar himself. Cleopatra sent a lotus blossom floating in a bowl, spinning with a flick of her finger. Caesar is too forgiving. His trust will be his downfall. Did you hear what he said of Cicero? That it is better to have extended the frontiers of the mind than to have pushed back the boundaries of the Republic? He put Cicero above himself. Cleopatra shook her head. I owe you horses. Artemis knelt before Cleopatra. But we have learned nothing. You will have your horses. Cleopatra signaled a servant. You found out as much as any of my paid spies. It is as I suspected. Cicero watches Caesar closely. The world watches Caesar closely, Damon thought. Why should Cicero be any different? Damon cleared his throat and looked at Artemis. They had agreed that Artemis should warn her of the real danger, even if it angered her. Now was the time. Artemis stood and bowed his head. I fear you have more to fear from Cicero than Caesar does, O great one. Cicero's dislike for you goes beyond rational thought. It seems personal. He blames you for all that is wrong with Caesar. Cicero can't harm me. It is Caesar I worry about. I thought you should know. And I appreciate your candor. Not many would say so. If you don't want to give us the horses now, I would understand. You have earned them, even more so with your honesty, but I do ask you one more favor. Artemis was on one knee in an instant. Anything, my pharaoh. Take this to Caesar. She handed him a scroll, sealed with a royal emblem. Trust it to no one else, his hands or none. Artemis took the scroll and held it to his heart. Damon realized this meant Artemis would see the great Caesar himself. Artemis would ride like a man possessed. How would Damon keep up? Cleopatra held out both hands. Cupped in the palm of each hand was a small stone, an amulet for your safety. Damon felt the warmth of the stone that must have come from her own hand, the great one's own heat. He closed his hand around the amulet and felt it radiate. He opened his hand again to study it. The small oval turquoise was carved with the eye of Horus, the Wadjet Eye. He felt its protection just as surely as he had felt the heat. He bowed to Cleopatra and remained with his forehead to the limestone floor even after her scent